Hey y'all, how's it going? We got some crazy wild outdoor hair going on. That's why we put a hat on. Anyway, so today's going to be a little mix up of different things. We're out here in the front part of our property. We have a lot of woods here, which is really nice. We try to keep everything very natural, and I think it was a bug. I don't eat bugs.
Whoa.
If you do, that's cool, but I don't kind of like them. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff going on today. We've got the shovels. We've got the auger for the holes, digging the holes. We're going to be digging up some plants and things out here because I'll show you in a little bit why. So join us. Follow along. Let's have a nice, fabulous, fun day of planting in the fall season. All right, as you can see out here, it's a pretty large area down here. I don't know, maybe it's a little over an acre, maybe. Anyway, out here in the front part of the property, what I had hoped to have done years ago when we started here and we built everything here is, see the little path goes all the way around this little patch area here. Now I have been somewhat successful in planting some things like azaleas and some things out here, but as you can see, it's very thickly grown up in here. The problem is that the deer, we're close to the road too, so don't mind the cars. The problem is that the deer, the critters, and everything likes to come down here to the very bottom. Well, because look right here, we have the creek. We have a creek and a little branch that branches off of the creek, so there's water down in here, or at least there's a little bit of water down in there. And we have wild ferns that grow all around here. So the problem is with the canopy of trees, you see all this? The canopy of trees that's all over this keeps this very wetlandy, very shaded, very not sunny. So I could only plant just a few things out in this particular area. Now, some spots like this spot here, if you look up, oh, the sunshine, don't look at the sun. Anyway, it gets sunny spots here. This is going to be a burn pile, but this over here, very dark, very shaded. It's close to the road. So now we have tons and tons of crazy deers and all types of wildlife critters that would come down here, and they would munch on all of my plants. It didn't matter what I planted out here. Even the deer proof things, it didn't really matter. So my job today is to go in and salvage the bushes that I've had out here for several years that have done nothing. They've not grown because there's not enough sun, and wildlife, deers, they keep munching on everything down here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to dig this bad boy up, and we're going to see what we can transplant somewhere else. This is a viburnum. I've got 2 of them, so I'm going to scoop those up, and behind it is going to be a red japonica camellia. I'm going to scoop that up too. All right, here we go, y'all.
Whoa.
All right, as you can see, we have a ton of plants and things that we are transplanting into the other yard and another property. So that's what we're doing today. And it's good that we can transplant these things, and yes, you can plant in the fall. There's things that you can do, and it's a nice pretty day. We're going to plant what we have. We have quite a few evergreens in here. We're just going to transplant it into the other yard at the other property. We're going to see how it goes. All right, let's do this. So with some of the evergreens and things that we have, we've got a little pole here. It's a stand. We're going to be able to hang the birdhouses here. We've got 2 different types of birdhouses. We're just repurposing it here. So we have a straight line right down here, like I was saying before, of red japonica camellia, viburnum has got to be planted. However, if you look down here, there are fire ants on this particular property, so we have to be super careful. You see a bunch of the dust and things out here where there's carpenter ants, but fire ants built a mound over here. That's why the viburnum has not been planted, but I'm keeping it pretty soaked and wet. I don't want to get too close to it because some of them are still crawling around, but for the most part they're dying. So I'm going to wait a little while, let them die off, and keep the roots ball of this wet, and then we're going to plant it right there. So we should have a pretty good variety of red, and white. Work pretty nice. That's what I'm hoping for. And then out here, as you can see, we've got to limb up and trim up the tulip tree. One side of it is not acting right, so I've got to get that limbed up, trimmed up, and cut back. I'm probably going to cut it back really hard, just so it'll flesh back out and get rid of some of the dead branches and things that have happened. And right here we've got 2 ligustrums that we've planted. I think they're curly leaf ligustrums, but don't hold me to it. We'll see how it goes in a couple of years when they get a little bit bigger. So yeah, so far looking pretty. On a side note, slowly getting things going. Things are perking up really well in here. I have looked into my seeds and my seed plugs for my aquaponics stand, and we're also going to be ordering, as I was telling you on the video previously, I think, yeah, we're going to be getting some more carnivorous plants. This is going to be all the carnivorous plant stand here. We used to have pitcher plants, but I don't know, a critter got them or something ate them, because I've never seen them chewed down that hard before. Somebody must have been real hungry to eat that. But we're going to be looking into different types of carnivorous plants. I'll let you know what those are. And I've got to wash out all these trays back here in the back. But y'all, I am so super tired today. We have planted and planted on the other property, and we've still got some more planting to go. We've got more things that we have to weed out, more things that we have to limb up. It's just been wild. Our bugs and worms are doing good. The mealworms, everything seems to be doing good. I still haven't put that tray back there because we noticed it was cracked. So now I've got to patch that up. But if you can see the beetles, the beetles are crawling right in there. I don't know if you can see that. It wigs me out every time. This is why I don't deal with the mealworms. My son deals with the mealworms. I can handle the earthworms pretty much because they're really good for your dirt and things like that. I use them multi-purpose. Plus the worm juice that's down there, we can collect that and dilute that, and we use it as feed, and then it keeps me from having to use so much of the liquid feed and the garden feeder, because that's some good stuff. Now what I've got to do is figure out how I'm going to contain the water from the duck pool, because now that is some potent stuff. Could you imagine that? Just a little bit of duck pond water, you know, their pool, in some of these plants and things. I bet these things would take off like, I don't know, they would probably just take off, and I'd have to get a high tunnel quicker than I want. But anyway, so this is what we're doing out here, emptying those out. I did not get a chance to do that at all this past week, man. It has been so wild. But these right here will be gone. I've got to clean out the front entrance, and I've got some little plans for my front area right here, meaning I would like to frame this in and have a door. Now we'll see if that happens. I don't know. We'll have to We'll have to figure that out. Anyway, since we're back from the other property, let's go and check out the babies real quick because I need to say hey. Alright, so in here, if you notice, Charlie is not in here because it's been our lovely time of 2-week quarantine for the new girls, and he is already over there with the new girls. They have taken to him so well. So right now what we have is Carolyn, Denise, and Heather. They're over here. They really don't need this big of a yard, so what I'm probably going to do is eventually migrate them, move them over to here. Now the girls seem to like this pretty well over here, but I would rather, well, as many as there are, there's 5 girls in here. There's Tammy and Kenzie and Swirly Temple and Kate and Lizzie, and as you can see, Charlie's right there. The Roo, they love him. I want to give them a little bit more room. Now this pen is plenty big for them, okay? It is plenty big, but I'm kind of funny about things and I want my girls to be happy, so I want to move them over because as you can see, that pen is longer. It's the same width, but it's longer than this one. This one is a little bit shorter, as you can see. See how much further that one sticks out from this one? So this is kind of what I would like to do. I have so much more cleanup to do, and all these leaves and stuff are beginning to fall all over the place. But the babies are doing really, really well, really well. We have had a hard time, which I haven't talked about it much, with our baby quail. We've had a difficult time with them. Hey, Lynn. They, something has, I don't know, I think we got like a bad couple of babies. Everybody else was doing fine. We had 10 surviving, and now we only have 9. I don't know what the issue is, but there's been a major issue with my quail. And quail are hard to raise anyway. They really are. They're hard to raise. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, Dale. Anyway, so it's been a little bit sad, but these babies are doing really good. I'm tired. That's gonna do it for today. We have planted evergreen bushes. We've got japonica, red camellias. They're supposed to be, at least that's what the tag said. White, what did I say they were? Those. White flowers, red flowers. We've got all sorts of things. We've trimmed up the tulip tree because it needed to be cut back kind of hard and it had some dead spots on it. So I'm going to treat that accordingly. I've got to spray it with some stuff. I think the like the fire ants and stuff has got to do it. But anyway, that's what's happening. I think everything looked pretty good so far. We've got 3 more bushes to plant. There's 2 boxwoods, little short boxwoods that we're going to plant. And then there was another camellia, and I think 1 more evergreen that we got to put on the opposite side. And I'll show you that on the next adventure. I'm so tired I can't even talk. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I gotta go take a very hot shower and probably go park my little chunky honey on the couch with the dogs, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. Anyway, I heart y'all great big. If you can't be good, I don't know what to tell you. Get you some anointing oil and a match because you might need it.